In the roguelike indie game Balatro, losing feels more personal than in most modern games in the genre. Unlike roguelites that provide permanent upgrades to carry forward, Balatro strips players back to square one after every run. This absence of persistent power-ups can feel harsh, but it's central to the game's philosophy. Every run is an opportunity to learn, grow, and expand your potential, even if it doesn't lead to a direct win. Unlocks, the indirect path to progression. Though Balatro lacks permanent upgrades, it introduces a system of unlockables that subtly shape future runs. By meeting specific criteria during a run, players can add new decks, jokers, and vouchers to their repertoire. Once unlocked, these items appear in the shops and encounters of subsequent runs, creating an ever-expanding pool of options. Unlockables encourage players to explore different strategies and take calculated risks. For instance, experiment with new decks. Each deck introduces unique challenges and synergies. Unlocking these gives players fresh perspectives on gameplay, even if the attempt ends in failure. Complete criteria for jokers and vouchers. These mid-run tools can turn the tide of a difficult game. While unlocking them might sabotage a particular run, they offer powerful options in future attempts. Lessons through repetition. Losses in Balatro aren't the end. They're part of the learning curve. Like any roguelike, success comes from recognizing patterns, developing strategies, and mastering mechanics over time. Every boss encounter, failed joker combo, or strategic misstep teaches players something valuable. Even when it seems like the game has dealt an unwinnable hand, savvy players can use that run to aim for unlocks, experiment with new tactics, or simply explore the game's rich mechanics. The joy of starting over. Though starting fresh after a loss might feel discouraging, it also keeps Balatro addictive. The lack of permanent upgrades heightens the stakes of every decision and forces players to rely on skill and strategy over grinding power. This minimalist design mirrors the ethos of classic roguelikes while integrating modern features like unlockables, similar to Dead Cells. By rewarding exploration and risk-taking, Balatro ensures that even the most crushing losses come with silver linings, be it a random unlock or a new strategy that pays off in future runs. The one more run mentality. Balatro thrives on the psychological hook of roguelikes, the compulsion to dive into just one more run. Each failure feels like a stepping stone toward future victories, and every unlocked item or learned lesson becomes an encouraging nod to try again. While it might feel humbling to start over without any carried-over advantages, Balatro shows that roguelike progression isn't just about growing stronger. It's about becoming smarter, more adaptable, and more strategic. With every loss, players come back to the table better prepared, proving that in Balatro, no run is ever truly wasted.